Now it's time to press buttons and talk with Manky and ProZD.
Dahlia's Death by Dr. Seuss.
Dahlia was a follia in the...
Dahlia took a follia in the river, and she quivered to death.
That's not a great story.
Yeah.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth?
Was that supposed to be me?
Hold on. I'm going to adjust my mic for a second. I'm sorry, guys.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. I need my microphone adjusted, because...
I only just discovered this, Wright, but I never knew about the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Also, that whole P-boy thing, pretty embarrassing.
Hey, don't talk about the P-boy thing. You know I'm ashamed of that P-boy phase.
Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey.
Mia Fey! Mia Fey! I'm really mad. I got like glowing eyes.
At the time, Dahlia, did you sound like... Why do I always remember this so weird? It's like she was possessed by Strongbat or something.
It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed.
Damn, son.
Last month. How does Phoenix not know this?
Yeah,
like, that was his.
I think he'd be a little curious.
I feel like he would know.
Check that Facebook page.
Hey, that girl tried to murder you. Who was?
Yeah, how's she doing nowadays? Oh, she's dead. Executed.
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one.
Why didn't I ever Google it?
But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them.
Edgeworth.
I don't know why I think that.
Why are you...
Because
There's a trope about this where it's like an atheist in a magical universe where it doesn't make sense to be an atheist because magic is very present.
Right.
There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth.
And what is that?
It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium
Who's
from a...
Morgan Fey?
Were you in? You weren't involved.
I was not in that case,
I guess you wouldn't really know. A spirit medium from a branch family of the Kurine channeling technique.
I like how he started with, she's Morgan Fey, and I was like, what?
She's Morgan Fey.
Who the hell's Morgan Fey? Did you say Kurine channeling technique?
Do you know something about it?
Oh, yes. I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium.
That's mean. Fraudulent?
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. You might remember.
That's a bad year for you, dude.
Oh, it was
this one, okay.
I was caught up in the middle of a murder.
I thought he meant another nightmare.
Edgeworth,
I'm like,
no
Edgeworth.
good, very bad year. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads.
Hey, I can't breathe.
They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. You know about this, like
Yeah, I don't know why you're recapping all of this.
She was a very famous. I mean, I get it from a like, oh, if you need to remember standpoint.
Yeah.
But Phoenix was involved in this case.
Well, Phoenix has also been talking about this. This is like the 4th time in this case he's brought up
spirits aren't
this.
real. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
Edgeworth.
Go to the police records room. It's all in there. Actually, has he seen a spirit
He's
thing?
seen Psyche Lock, so he knows there's magic shit. So I don't know how
true.
he's not a little bit.
But he hasn't seen
like,
a channeling thing. Has he seen a channeling
He's
thing?
been in court with Mia, so he's seen that. He's seen the booby thing.
Yeah, but everyone's dumb about that.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe it's like a stylization or something, but to everybody else, like it just looks like Maya.
I feel like he has.
Other than me, I don't think he has had direct interaction with
What a
spirit
dumbo.
shit.
All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know.
Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Did you forget, Phoenix? Like,
Yeah.
how
was
did
a
you
very
forget?
big part of it. You got electrocuted.
Yeah, Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. You're too young. And then you'll see that the Kurine channeling technique is real.
Although I think you've seen it.
Did we get anything
I
from
don't
that?
think so.
That's
which is very frustrating.
It probably triggered a cutscene where it's like, hey, Phoenix, here's a picture of Dahlia Hawthorne to present to somebody. See you later. Gonna jump off this bridge.
Gonna go run around at the speed of sound.
Let's
Probably
just check here real quick. Maybe
not,
no. Okay.
Because we need to.
Maybe Larry's
locks.
Well, if we don't have anything, I think we do need evidence. So let me just double check these places. Because you know how this game be. Sometimes you finish with Edgeworth and then it's like,
whoa, hey!
Okay, not that.
Maybe main hall.
Main
Maybe
hall.
bikinis there or something.
Yeah.
Here's a photo of the girls.
Thanks. Time to die now.
Time to die now.
She doesn't look
Wait, well, how many bubbles she got?
Yeah, it might be a presentation time anyway.
No, but she's good.
She's done.
Edgeworth has 4 too, right?
Gumshoe has, yeah, Edgeworth has 4. I think Gumshoe has 3, so maybe he knows
3
something.
what?
Never, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I wonder if you have anything to say about, or maybe we didn't really break into this. Does this anything about this? No, it's just
how
a thing.
about Dahlia?
Yeah, I'll try Dahlia. Maybe he's like, oh, we have a photograph of Dahlia Hawthorne that we just have ready. Okay, stop talking. I don't care about this.
Talking.
I don't care about this.
Oh wait, now we can.
We didn't even get like a little dingle to say that we updated this, so that's really okay.
Okay.
All right, back we go.
No, now it's presentable.
Sometimes this D-pad just goes a little nuts.
Now it's presentable. It has to be wed.
Cool. Isn't there? There's usually like a dingle. It's like, or I guess profile updates.
Yeah, it'd be like.
Yeah, it does a. But I guess that's like adding evidence, but I guess for updating it doesn't do that.
If this is really what it was, that's some dumbass.
Well, I'm certain it is. It's, you know how this game be. You know how it be.
I don't like how it be.
You know how it be. Don't hate the player.
You know how it be.
Droopy's famous catchphrase. I want a modern Droopy, and I want to do his voice.
Yo, bitch. You know how it be.
I have used that voice so much over the past year.
The maid of the queen.
And he's become like a weird fetishy thing. It's like, oh no. Okay,
like
so
that.
this was Bikini
Yeah.
Bacano. Oh no.
Oh man, you knew that? I knew that too because we literally already talked about it.
10 o'clock.
Iris's testimony.
I
Whoa,
don't think so.
you wrote this? You
said
literally
that-
just wrote this and signed it, you
You said you
dummy?
were ringing the bell, and how can you be at 2 places? You gave me that thing. You talked to me. What the
No,
heck?
this one's not a shadow face anymore. No, it is.
2 of you.
It's 2 of you.
You
And
know
guess what?
that
It's
2 of you.
Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia, do we know that
You were
now?
right. I said that before.
Well, because we had a shadowy silhouette, we didn't see that.
I said it in a weird cadence last time, but it's Dahlia Hawthorne. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. I did say Dahlia last time. It's Dahlia Dahlia
But now you
Hawthorne.
sound so confident about it.
A woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it?
It was brutal. They cut her head off, like medieval style. I didn't know they did that anymore.
I'm sorry.
It was pretty traumatizing. Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris?
Well, everyone, like, danced around the corpse, too. That was really uncomfortable.
This second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder.
Confetti.
It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Korean channeling technique. Does anyone not remember why we are all here?
I forgot that you can talk to dead.
That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. Again, I felt like I didn't need to go back to Edgeworth, but
I forgot about spirit mediums.
no, you didn't. You just lied.
No, I forgot. I don't remember anything. I'm a little girl. I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month in a tragic beheading that everybody was partying and celebrating over.
Just as I suspected, the Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
I don't know, maybe she's drunk.
Traitor.
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago.
Ah!
I don't know what that means. That was the start of it all. It twisted her entire destiny. You remember all that shit from last case? I assume you...
And the first case?
I assume you got on a computer and looked it all up? She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. Guess I could have seen that coming. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
Stole her Pokemon cards. It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
She had a holographic Charizard and everything, but I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful.
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge?
He's a fucking...
Oh man, a fifth bubble.
jeweler.
That's a rare delight.
Usually don't loop around like that.
What do you mean by revenge?
It's when you hate somebody so you want to get at them. Have you not heard of this? He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away in a garbage can and then sent her to hell. It was a garbage can to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power, like Ganon. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurine.
That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kurine tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, made a terrible mistake.
Master Misty
17 years ago. I don't know if you've heard of this, but I'm going to explain it. I'm going to break it down for you. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. So there's like an elevator. There's an earthquake and a bunch of guys stuck in it. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay here.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family, I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. Some of these pieces I already knew about and have been told about like 5 times, but...
I was wondering how that puzzle's been going that you've been... Oh, you're here.
I've made no progress.
I was listening the whole time.
In fact, I made it to us.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fey clan.
That's what it looks like.
I was just here the whole time, so...
Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
Working on this puzzle of a choo-choo train. What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began relations with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence.
This is some heavy shit.
That college student. Have you heard anything about him?
No, this is juicy. Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Ow! Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There's still so much time there's still much to investigate. Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise. Give me the whips.
Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock.
Pearl.
Pearl's psyche lock.
Oh yeah, she does got one of them. Okay. Maybe we'll go hang out with Pearl on the next episode. I guess that means Larry's probably back.
Final boss Pearl.
Ooh, she'd be unbeatable.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch.